Hi, my spiritually savage family. How we doing today? How you all doing? Sending peace, dot love, dot hope, dot hugs, dot sending anything and everything that you may feel you are lacking at this moment. And I'm not undermining your feelings by saying you may feel, because your feelings are very valued and they're validated here on this channel. Understand that. But on my channel, I just want people to understand that the power is within them. I've known that my whole life, but since I've been on this spiritual journey, I'm discovering it on a whole nother level, okay? Um, I'm just now somewhat, I'll say, coming out of the darkness, coming out of that rabbit hole. God sat me down for 2 years, right? In a room, not even in my own place. He sat me down in someone else's space, surrounded by a lot of different energies, stripped me of away of all my distractions pretty much. And when I say distractions, I mean people, places, and things. People, family, friends, romantic relationships, places, my job, the places I frequented, and things. Could be anything. One of my biggest distractions was shopping. Retail therapy was one of my absolute favorite things to do. But when you have no job, right, it's kind of hard to do retail therapy. Right. So I am coming out of the dark night of the soul with a lot of information that I cannot wait to share with you guys. But again, God didn't give me the opportunity to just sit and rest on my laurels and process this and then come on. I was motivated. For those of you who are on the journey, you know what I mean when I say God motivates us, right? So I was motivated to join the YouTube family. I guess this is kind of like my introduction, I guess, but I'm going to do a formal one. But I was motivated to come on here and share my journey um, because I know it will help others who are like me. And when I say like me, I mean, you may feel, and I didn't feel this personally, but I do understand that a lot of people think this of me just because of how I operate. So if you're anything like me, you've had people misjudge you. You've had people underestimate you. You have people who are misguided into thinking that you are deaf, stupid, dumb, blind, based on the simple fact that you don't say anything. And if you're anything like me, you don't say anything is because you understand people. You understand, I've known my whole life. You understand that people struggle with internal things that they never discuss. Never discuss. And so that allows you the same grace that God gives us. You extend it to other people, no matter what they do, no matter what you've seen them do to others, no matter what you've witnessed, you've given them that grace. Okay? But it has been taken as it has been taken as a weakness. It has been. And you're feeling some kind of way about it, right? I get it. Yo, I get it. I get it. I get it. I so get it. You don't even understand how much I get it. And if you've ever had a personal conversation with me, then you know that I get it, right? Okay. So now that we have that clear, whatever issue you are facing with in life brought you to this channel. And my channel is basically talking about my spiritual journey. my awakening, and everything that encompasses all of that, right? My life, basically. But in my life, there are lessons. And I've known that my whole entire life. I am the girl that always has something for whatever you have. Like literally, you got a problem, I got a solution, or I can lead you in the right direction. Always being, always being. But a lot of people have taken that for granted. They've taken my kindness for weakness because I let things slide all the time. But there will come a time where you will have to stand up for yourself. You will have to speak your truth. And that's the realization that I am coming to today. And so as I come to it, I am bringing it to you. And I know I've said it before, speak your truth, speak your truth. But how often do we authentically, genuinely speak our truth? I don't, and I can admit that today and say that I don't always, because I understand my truth hurts certain people, you know, because some of them don't want to hear the truth. Funny thing, well, not funny, but a story. And this is just an example of how back in the day I would have let him know, okay, no, that's not how it happened. But on this specific day, I was talking to a friend of mine, someone I was in a relationship with, and we were talking about how we both wind up in our hometowns. And so his vision was distorted. It was distorted. Because the truth of the matter is, he didn't do anything. I did everything because he was depressed on the couch. And me just having suffered a miscarriage, I was, seeking shelter because I was still grieving. I was still in pain. I still didn't understand why. And prior to me getting pregnant, I was breaking up with him. Okay. So all that, and he laid on the couch. I packed up everything. Yeah, I did. I sold things that needed to be sold. Yes, I did. I told him he needed to go home because he had stayed out of work, I believe, for a week or two. It had been some days. And when I asked what was wrong, he couldn't say. So I understood what was going on mentally because I'd been there. And as I prepared to go home and told him that I'm going home, I'm going back to Atlanta. You need to go home. Because he hadn't been home to his parents' house or his hometown in 20 years. He had stayed away for 20 years. And me having run from my family to Texas, I understood. I understood. But I also understood that that was detrimental to his mental health. And that in order for him to grow, he needed to face whatever he left back there in his hometown. Okay? But as we sat and we chat and we laughed, his recollection of those events was very different. And so when I asked him, I said, "You don't remember?" I said, "That's not how it happened." And I chuckled. He said, I said, "You don't remember?" And he didn't say anything. He was like, "Well, clearly I don't." And I just left it at that. Why did I feel the need to correct him back in the day? I would have corrected him back in the day, which probably would have hurt his feelings and would have dampened our conversation, and we were having a good time reminiscing and everything. So I didn't bring it up. Because it wasn't the right time nor the right place to do so. I've learned and understand that as well, okay? And so as you are on this journey, you will come across people that will deny your truth. And it's not okay. Okay? I normally say, and that's okay. It is not okay for someone to deny your truth. Your truth. Whatever that may be, no matter how it may offend anyone else, no matter how it may affect them at all, because it is your truth. And the fact that you swallowing your truth because someone else may feel a certain kind of way is damaging you. So, from here on out, I solemnly swear to hold my own in the... No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I solemnly swear that I am going to tell my truth, no matter who may not like it because they don't want to see themselves. And I've come to understand that I am a mirror. And so are you. Anytime I am sharing anything personal of myself, please trust and believe and know it is because I know you are going through it at this very moment. And you need a word of understanding at this very moment. No one understands what I say, or they act as if they don't because they want to remain asleep. And that's okay. I get it. I understand it. But I have sequestered my voice so many times, and I was raised to be that way. But as I find my own authentic voice and become very vocal about the things that I love, then others will just have to learn to deal with it. Basically, I was trying to find a very politically correct way of saying that, but that is the only way that I can say it. And I'm still coming out of the darkness. I'm still learning stuff. I keep getting the message though, intuitively, and as I watch some of my homegirls, that it's time for me to come up out of hermit mode. It is. It is. Y'all probably like, you ain't in hermit mode. Your ass over here putting up videos. But I'm still in hermit mode. If you know me or if you're anything like me, I love to be on the go. I love to venture out. I love to, what was that? I love to meet people, meet different people. I do. And in the past 2 years, God was like, not today, baby girl. Baby girl, I need you to sit down and know some things. I need you to know who around you. I need to know who you've been breaking. I need you to know who you've been breaking bread with. That's what God said to me. You need to know who you breaking bread with. And there's a very important reason on why you need to know who you breaking bread with. And I'm going to put that in another video. I'm going to leave that one alone. It's key to your success that you know who you are breaking bread with. It is key. It is key. It is detrimental to not only your health, your physical, mental, emotional health, but it's also detrimental to your wealth. Bet you didn't know that, huh? I bet you were like me. If you're anything like me, you were like, they can be who they want to be. I ain't got to be them. And I was. I did me. I let whoever I hung out with, I let them do them. No matter what they were or how they behaved, I allowed them to be them. No judgment. I just knew what I was able to do and what I was willing to do and what I was not absolutely going to do. Okay? But undercover narcissists has a way of undermining who you are because they know that you are strong, because they know that you don't take no bullshit, because they know that you will defend yourself. They have to come in and circumvent your strongholds, okay? And the only way they can do that is undercover. That is the only way they can do that. They can't do it outwardly. They can't do it because you would stop them in their tracks. You'd be no way you'd give it to them. So they do it in subtle ways. And if you're anything like me, and I say that because I want you to recognize that I am still going through this and still deciphering, but I am also at peace with myself. No matter how many times I have an emotional release, that's what I'll call it, no matter what it may be. Okay? So, your heart is huge. And at this point, you've recognized that it has been drastically, underhandedly, maliciously taken advantage of. But you do not wrestle against flesh and blood. You just don't. And I say that to say you're not wrestling against whomever you feel your adversaries are, whoever you feel your enemies are, whoever you feel have wronged you. And I'm not saying feel as if you're delusional and it didn't happen, because I know for a fact that it happened, because it happened to me as well. Still continuing to this day happening. 6 months ago, I probably would have been sitting here crying, like, why? I don't understand why. Now I'm like, okay, God, thank you. I appreciate you. I thank you very much. Thank you. And that's it. Every time something happens and I peep it and I witness it, instead of me saying something about it, I just thank God for it. That allows me to keep my peace. Fuck everybody else's peace. Because I could say something. But me saying something fucks with my peace. No, you just sit back, watch, pay attention, and keep it moving. And you plant your strategy. That's it. So if you're anything like me and you're currently in a situation where you're not in your own space, you may be on someone's couch, it's all still a blessing. Understand, never be ungrateful. That is not what I'm telling you to be. But you must understand that you are where you're at because there are some things that you need to understand, understand, overstand. There's something that you need to understand, understand, and overstand. Get what I'm saying? You need to understand it at its most basic level. You need to understand it, meaning you need to understand how it affects you internally, mentally, spiritually. You need to understand that, okay? And overstand, to me, is the big picture. Okay, so now that I know basically what this is, how it affects me, how does it apply to the big picture of my life? How does it apply to the people that are around me? How does it apply to the people that I may come in contact with? How does it apply to the people that I want to work with? How does this, what I'm discovering in a place that let's be honest, we can keep it 100. I'm always keeping it 100. You may be in a place, no matter how grateful you are. I get it. I get it. You got to forgive me because I did wash my face and I took a bath. But anywho, you see my blonde hair? Look at that. I got patches of it right here and right here. Don't mind this gray hair because it won't be here long. Look at this. I got gray hair all throughout my head. Anywho. You may be in a space where it's uncomfortable. You may not even like it. It may be very volatile. But do me a favor and find at least one thing to be grateful about it. I don't care if you just got into a fight. I find many things to be grateful about it. My channel is not about my uncomfortableness because I want my own space. Not at all. It's about me growing and learning lessons that I would not have learned. I know that for a fact. I would not have learned otherwise. I would not have. And so you're in the same space that you are in right now because there is a lesson you have to learn. It's a lesson. And whatever the lesson is, you will take it throughout your lifetime. You will never have to learn this lesson again, I promise. Because you will have learned everything you need to learn to take you to the next level. That's it. You will. And that's what I understand, understand, and overstand right now. That everything that I am learning, being surrounded by the people that I am surrounded, having the encounters, having the friendships, knowing now that those friendships would never have made it to the next level because the other individuals harbored things that they were unwilling to discuss. They were unwilling to discuss them. Maybe they weren't aware of them. So, God willing, when they become aware, then perhaps God will bring them back around in your life. But right now, God is asking you to separate yourself. I didn't get it. I didn't. Because I was of that old ideology that was taught in the Bible through Christianity. It was a little distorted. Yeah, it was a little distorted how it was taught. Because it not only allowed us to give up our power, but it made us stay in toxic situations that were draining our energy and draining our life force. If you are currently around individuals that are negative to you, that don't have a kind word to say, that do not support you in any kind of way, and I'm not talking about monetary, I'm talking about encouragement. I'm talking about, hey, are you okay? How are you feeling? If you are around people that do not do that, understand you are in a very toxic situation. It may not feel that way because you may be surrounded by family and friends and people that you grew up with. However, if you have supported these people and they no longer support you, or they're not supporting you and have not your entire life in no way, shape, or form, okay? And I'm not saying things like, not birthdays. I'm talking about when you are at your most downward spiral spot and those people that you have helped and they're not helping you and they're not looking to, and they're, finding every reason to be mad at you instead of placing their madness on other people, or not on other people, but to where it belongs. You understand? Understand you need to learn something. And I am learning that something right now. Your something may be different than mine. It may be different. But I am realizing that I was pouring into people that never poured into me. And not only didn't pour into me, but harbored some ill feelings and some ill will towards me too. Understand, even if they don't say it to you, baby girl, baby boy, that is energy that they are sending your way. Every thought that they have that is negative towards you. Every thought that they have that is negative towards you, that is black magic. That is sending negative energies your way. Our thoughts become reality. So if someone is thinking bad shit about you, it's going to manifest in the real world. It's going to. That's how energy works. It doesn't die. So if you are in a position where you can move, it is time for you to move. If you are not in a position where you can up and move, it is time for you to start strategizing. And it will be done with no ill feelings, no ill will, because you are on your different path. And your path dictates that you be surrounded by different people. That is all. That is all. And if you have come across this channel, then you may find that difficult. And I get it. If no one else gets it, I get it. Your heart is big. You want everybody to win. But understand, everybody don't want you to win. Everybody don't want you to win. Actually, most people probably wishing on your downfall or will take pride in it. Yeah, they will. And it's not through nothing you've done yourself. It's not. I promise you, it's not. I explain all this to you only to say it's nothing that you've done. You have lived your life not knowing people have harbored ill feelings towards you. You have traveled not knowing that people were jealous of you. You have jobs. You've accomplished things and you have shared those accomplishments with those people around you the best way you know how to. And you knew how to. And if they still have a problem with you, babes, it's not you, it is them. It is them. They can find any reason to send you hate, to not love you, to not be respectful of you. They will find any reason to be disrespectful. Any reason. And if anybody has a desire to find any reason to disrespect you as a person, to disrespect you as a human, to disrespect your place in their life, there is no love there at the moment. So you need to let them be. And that is okay. So take this as a sign, take this as an omen, take this as a message that what you are feeling is accurate, what you know is true, and it's time to do you, boo. It is. You've earned it. You sacrificed a lot. You've sacrificed a lot. A lot of people don't even think that you have, but you did. And so now you have permission to do you. Whatever that may mean to you, I don't even know. I know what it means to me. So I am looking forward to the next phase of my life. I have an idea of what it will look like. I have a notion of what it will feel like. But I'm so leaving it up to God to surprise me. It's hard though. It's hard. I'm so nosy. I'm learning though. I'm learning. I am so learning. So on this day, my darlings, I'm just telling you while I sat out in the sun. So I got, oh, look at that tan. That girl. Oh, look at that tan, y'all. Sitting outside on my sister's porch. I mean, on her grass. I got that tan. Look like I've been to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. Them arms is coming in. Still on my fitness, y'all. Look at that. Arms is coming in nice. Hey, yeah. Okay. I see now some of my personality is coming out. So I know now I'm finally letting go and moving forward. It's time. I understand a lot now. And no matter where you are at on your journey. If you're not here already, darling, you will get here. Don't lose faith. I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult. And I'm still processing. And I still got old videos that I need to post. So I'm going to do that. But I am literally solo dolo. Yeah. God wiped everybody clean. All friends. Because when you get on your path, God will start speaking to you. And you'll know. When you start listening to God, when you start sitting still long enough, you feel it, you get it, you understand it. Yeah. It's a trip, yo. It's a trip. Welcome. Let me be the first to welcome you. You are not crazy. This shit is happening. But we got a mighty force, yo. When I first started this journey, I was scared to death.